Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this October 5th. No weather worries here. It's going to be another day like we had yesterday. Continued warm, sunny, dry. I don't see any rain in the forecast anytime. In fact, that little small chance of rain that we put in for Saturday, we've taken that out. As that cold front comes in, it's going to be very moisture-starved, so it's going to come through, and it's going to mean a significant change in temperature, but there's just not any rain, and now we're starting to get really dry. We only show a surplus. Remember that big surplus we had in September with all the rain that we had, and now most of that is gone. So we could use some rain, but I don't see anytime soon. Matthew is not going to help us out. It's going to stay well out offshore the East Coast and really not have any effect on our weather here in southern Kentucky. But for anybody along the coastal Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, Bahamas, today, Cuba, it is a big concern over the coming days and as we head into the weekend. More on Matthew in just a minute. Right now, temperatures are starting out at 4:56, time check, 4:56 a.m. Central Time this morning. Mainly in the 60s. There are a few places, some lower elevation mesonet sites that are seeing cooler 50s, but most everybody in the 60s. And there could be a little bit of patchy fog out there this morning like we've seen the last few mornings. 85 was our official high temperature at the Bowling Green Airport yesterday. That happened a little bit after 2 p.m. 75 is where we should be on average, so a 10-degree difference. 54 was our low temperature. 50 is the average low, so we were 4 degrees difference there. 1 year ago, we had a high of 80 and a low of 55 back in 2015. As mentioned, no rainfall past 24 hours. Today continued mostly sunny and warm, 85, southeast wind at 7. Tonight, mainly clear, more patchy fog possible, 60, the overnight low. Thursday, continued sunny and warm, 86, 85 and sunny on Friday. And then, as I mentioned, Saturday, that cold front comes through, but we have now taken out any mention of rain at all with this front. It's a front, yes, but it has no moisture to work with. All the moisture is kind of wrapped up in Matthew by that point. And we'll see a high dropping into the 70s. In fact, Saturday, mostly sunny, breezy with a high of only 72. And then we'll drop to a chilly 45 on Saturday night. Sunday, sunny and cool with a high of only 69 and a low of 44 on Sunday night. Columbus Day, which is Monday, we'll see a sunny sky and a high back to 72. Tuesday, sunshine and warming to 77. Now, Matthew, still a strong hurricane this morning. It's a Category 3 with winds of 125 miles per hour, and it's just now crossing over the eastern tip of Cuba, and it will be on its way to the Bahamas today. And it is forecast, the National Hurricane Center is saying it is forecast to re-strengthen back to a Category 3 or even a Category 4 hurricane. So it's not done. Even though it's a little bit weaker this morning, it's poised to re-strengthen as we go through the day. And then it looks like by Friday into Saturday, it's going to start to affect the east coast of Florida. Already some watches and warnings going up. States of emergency for Florida, Georgia coast, the Carolina coast. And from there, it's a big cone of uncertainty as to where it's going to make landfall. Right now, it looks like it could be anywhere from Cape Hatteras to Cape Fear, North Carolina, maybe a little bit further south of that. Based on it's doing a lot of wobbling as far as the forecast window, and the cone of uncertainty keeps pushing it a little bit further west than previous forecasts, and then there's a little tick to the north, and so this thing is still very uncertain as to where it's going to exactly land. There's even some models that say that it would make a glancing landfall on the east coast of Florida. So still a very fickle kind of a system, a very strong, one of the strongest hurricanes that we have had in the Atlantic Basin in almost 11 years, and the strongest that we've had of any storm in the Atlantic. Once you add up all the years from about 2008 to 2016, we're talking 8 years that we have not had any Category 4 hurricane this long anywhere in the Atlantic. That's pretty stunning. I know there was a lot of talk after Katrina that there would be Katrina after Katrina after Katrina. You know, I still remember Al Gore. Where is he now? Paging Al Gore. Is he? Can anybody find Al Gore? No. That's because he has a lot of egg on his face after what he said about Katrina. Well, this is going to happen year after year after year. And then it was like 10 or 11 years of nothing. And now all of a sudden it's coming back. It's all about patterns, folks. It's what I've told you here. If you've been a loyal listener to my podcast, all that crap that they throw about global warming and climate change is just that. And when they get up there and they start saying, oh, this is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay, what happened with the last 10 or 11 years? It's patterns. Patterns have always made these things come and go. They're ebbs and flows, highs and lows, cool and warm. That's nature. So you can't, all they want is your money. And they want you to be so scared of the ice melting and polar bears floating away and contrails in the sky spraying us every day. I mean, all that is just a load of hooey. Hooey. Paging Al Gore. Hey, did you find him? No, still can't find him. All right, well, then there's that. I'm sorry I got off on a soapbox this morning. It's been a while. You missed it? All right. And I'm just a country boy that didn't have any school learning, but, I can put 2 and 2 together. That's all I'm saying. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening to my rants every once in a while. God bless you. Know the weather before it knows you. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky, 11 a.m. on midday, streaming live to the WBKO app and WBKO.com. And later this afternoon, if you get a chance, join me for my radio show at Classic Hits, Sam 100.7, between 3 and 7 p.m.